Not long ago, a cancer diagnosis felt like a death sentence. Not anymore. Huge numbers of Americans, hundreds of thousands more each year, are surviving and living with cancer. Numbers just released from the Centers for Disease Control show that 1 in 20 American adults is now a cancer survivor. Almost 12 million of us. We are catching cancer earlier and treating it more effectively. And Ron Claiborne is here with what it all means for the survivors and the people who love them. And this is such encouraging news.
This is really important news tonight, George. So many people are now living with and beating cancer, 4 times as many as 40 years ago. In fact, the CDC said today that for millions of Americans, cancer is now a manageable disease.
They send us their videos, poignant messages from Americans waging their fight against cancer. Today, the nearly 12 million adult Americans who are cancer survivors, compared to just 3 million in 1970.
Life doesn't have to end with cancer. If you get a diagnosis of cancer, there's a lot you can do to ensure that you live a long, healthy, productive life as much as possible.
And that is exactly what the figures show. Nearly 2 out of 3 survivors were diagnosed with cancer more than 5 years ago. People like Ann Tonashel, who was treated 5 years ago for ovarian cancer.
I'm extraordinarily fortunate, and I had great treatment.
Medical advancements and especially early detection are credited with today's good news. But the CDC also found startling differences between men and women. More than half of all of the cancer survivors were female. One theory, breast cancer is now being detected and treated earlier.
Come over here. Okay.
At Johns Hopkins Medical Center in Baltimore, cancer survivors are helping survivors.
Are you back to work at all?
Judith Matthews is being treated for breast cancer. She is paired with nurse Mary Capano, herself a breast cancer survivor.
It's the fear of the unknown that really will gnaw at you for days and days. But having someone to be able to sit down and talk to like that was very comforting.
But for every cancer survivor, there's a network of family members and caregivers, co-survivors, helping and sharing in this fight. For Ann Tonashel, it is her husband, Richard.
It was a stress for me because I couldn't do anything and nothing was being done for me. The caregiver feels helpless.
Studies confirm that caregivers themselves are at greater risk of illness, which is why more and more hospitals are now providing counseling services to family members of cancer patients.
And experts we spoke to today stress just how critical it is, not just for the cancer survivor, but for their caregivers to get that assistance. Living with so many families, it's becoming a life mission lasting long after, George, the cancer treatments are over.
So we're going to have to pay a lot more attention to that, but that's a pretty high-class problem.
Exactly. They're living a lot longer. They have the problems with dealing with the cancer, but they're living longer.
Okay, Ron, thanks very much.